Hold the door. How many force a door must hold during steam sterilization? Throughout the steam sterilization process, the pressure is constantly changing. During the sterilization phase, it can reach as high as 3 bar, and during vacuum or drying phases, it can drop as low as 0.1 bar. But these numbers represent pressure, not directly force, which can feel a bit abstract. What does 0.1 bar or 3 bar actually feel like? Today, let's brush up on some simple physics. Firstly, let's clarify two key concepts: force and pressure. Force is a push or a pull. It is an interaction. When you feel raindrops hitting your skin during a shower, the sensation of impact is force. When you place a finger outside a car window while driving and feel the push of the wind against your fingertip, that is also force. Now, if you're in the same moving car and you open your hand flat, you will feel the force of the wind increase. This means that even with the same wind speed, changing the receiving surface from a fingertip to your whole palm, which has a much larger area, results in a much greater total force. So, force is closely related to the size of the contact area. This leads us to the concept of pressure. Pressure is usually represented by the letter P. The relationship between the force, pressure, and area is given by this formula. Of course, pressure can be measured in many different units, such as bar, standard atmosphere, torr, pound per square inch, and millimeters of mercury. For our discussion today, we will use the bar as our unit. The sterilizer chamber is filled with steam, so today we will focus on air pressure. We live surrounded by air pressure, but we don't feel it because our bodies are completely adapted to it. Under normal conditions, atmospheric pressure is about 1 bar. During sterilization, when the inside reaches 3 bar, that means the pressure inside is 3 times what we experience in our daily environment. So, exactly how much force is a sterilizer door actually holding back? Let's do a middle school physics calculation. The outside pressure is 1 bar, the inside 3 bars, so the pressure difference is 2 bar. Let's assume that the door has an area of 1 square meter. The force acting on the door can be calculated as follows. So during the sterilization phase, it is as if a mass of 20 tons is pressing against the door. That sounds dramatic, but how strong is 20 tons really? An Asian elephant weighs about 5 tons. So during the plateau phase at 134 degrees, it's like having 4 Asian elephants stacked up and standing on the inside of the door. Now let's shift to the fractionated vacuum or drying phase, where the pressure goes deep to around 0.1 bar. Here the pressure difference between inside and outside is 0.9 bar. If we do the same calculation, we will find that during these phases, it is as 2 Asian elephants are standing and pressing inward on the outside of the door. And this force isn't just acting on the front and the rear doors. Every surface inside the chamber is under the same pressure. That is why the airtight seal of the chamber is absolutely critical. If a sealing problem occurs, like material aging or cracking, the consequences could be far more serious than just a steam leak. There's a risk of implosion or explosion. That is why during routine maintenance required from the sterilizer manufacturer, you must ensure that the chamber leak test is performed and passes. Many sterilizers have a built-in leak test program. The chamber pressure is vacuumed down to about 70 millibar and held for a period. During this period, the leak rate must not exceed 1.3 millibar per minute to comply with the EN 285. So, in daily sterilizer maintenance, always verify the overall integrity of the chamber seal. Otherwise, well, just picture the cold stare of the 4 elephants waiting inside.